all. Today we have a special guest. His name is Danish, Assistant Manager working in NABARD. This year Danish got through civil service exam, got 487 rank. And specially Danish is from Kerala working in Hyderabad NABARD. Very happy to see Danish with his success, and many students think that while working we cannot achieve success. Danish is a live example of success in spite of his hectic schedule every day. Let us interview Danish and ask his schedules and how he has prepared. And most of the times he did not get even time to attend any coaching also, but still he planned properly his time and attended. So let us ask Danish the proper questions and get some answers which will inspire us. Hello Danish, congrats for your rank.
Thank you, madam.
And I'm very happy that you are working and prepared for civil services. What is your experience in NABARD? Why you have decided to write civil services examination?
Actually, I started preparing in 2013 itself. After getting into NABARD in 2016 also, I continued civil service preparation since I had actually done almost 70 to 80% of my preparation, at least I thought so. Before coming to NABARD itself, I had attended interview twice. So after coming to NABARD and started working there, I could find that I can find some time, I can spend some time on preparation on a daily basis, and luckily I had a 5-day week work schedule. So Saturday and Sunday I could spend completely onto preparation, and as you know, mains preparation requires a lot of answer writing, and also answer writing I completely scheduled during Saturdays and Sundays, and I could get the feedback also according to my test series. So that was my schedule while working.
Actually, Danish worked in NABARD and still working in NABARD. He is from Kerala but got Hyderabad posting. Here I wish to tell you few things about Danish. Generally, people think that if you do some job, you cannot prepare for civils. You cannot sail in the two boats at the same time. But Danish proved that he can succeed, and he has succeeded while working. So, how many hours he allotted for studies every day, how he has planned the day while working. And most of the students, even though they'll get 24 hours of time in their hands, they'll really find difficult to manage time. But Danish, how he has managed time, what is his day schedule, while working, how he has planned his time, and what made him to be very, very successful is perfect planning. But we need to know about his plan. Danish, can you tell your plan? What is your day schedule? How many hours you sleep? How many hours you work? And after having a hectic schedule as assistant manager in NABARD, how you managed your time?
Madam, it's a very personal choice actually, how we schedule our day-to-day preparation and all. So I am a person who wakes up a little early. Normally I do like that. You know, even before civil service examination preparation started, I used to wake up a little early than other classmates actually. During my preparation days, what I used to do is I make it a point to spend some 2 to 3 hours before going to office itself. I start to office by around 8:45. So before that itself, by around 8 o'clock, I make it a point to spend at least 2 to 3 hours in front of the book, so that I do not lose any time, and I spend the high time of our day in front of the book, or in front for my preparation, which I value personally more. So before going to office, I could spend some time. So, and after during the office hours also, I used to schedule so that I could spend around 1 to 1.5 hours. Sometimes it may not be possible. Still, I make it a point to do something during the office hours, also to during the lunch hours and all. I do not go for a lot of social gathering inside the office. So I could complete at least the newspaper and the related articles from the office itself, so that I could spend time for my optional and other core standard books from home itself. So I come back to home by around 7 to 7:30, and
In the evening?
till the evening. So normally that is the schedule, because office hours can go up to 5:36, and coming back to office, it takes around 30 to 1 hour, 30 minutes to 1 hour. So after 7 o'clock also, I try to spend at least 2 to 3 hours for my preparation. So
So
that was
every
my
day you have spent 5 to 6 hours in the
5 hours
weekdays,
at least, yeah.
and in the weekends you have spent full day on your
full
preparation.
day on my preparation, particularly for my answer writing, and also it requires that 3 hours in a stretch, and then feedback on the same, evaluation on the same. So it was possible only in the weekends.
So you avoided social gatherings unless it is very very important.
Unless it is very
very
important.
Very good. Because I have seen in many students, they are every day ask me question, how to manage time. Here is Danish. He studied 5 hours a day. He has a very hectic schedule in NABARD as assistant manager, and the schedule will be very tight that he will be working throughout the day. Even in the lunch time, he never wastes time in the office. That was his schedule. See, observe, he goes to office around 9 o'clock, comes to the house around 7 o'clock in the evening, but still he manages to pass civil service exam. He managed to pass. That is superb, Danish.
Thank you.
And tell me, what are the standard books you have studied for preparation? And second thing, students who are doing self-study, because for everyone it is not possible to come up to Hyderabad or Delhi
Right.
to study. Somebody will be working as a teacher, as an engineer, software, and they'll be working and studying. Tell some strategy for them so that they will get into success like you in future.
Madam, standard books, as we all know, people who are in the preparation mode, they all will be knowing the standard books that we are following for history, spectrum, for polity, Lakshmikant, for other subjects. I used to refer only NCERT books. That is the core standard books that I have relied upon, and plus whatever one standard current affairs module you can follow. I think one is enough rather than going for many. We can focus on one and then analyze on pick topics from there. And if something interests you, and something, if you think that one of the topics is important, then go on researching onto it. If you think that the particular material is not giving proper information or proper perspective on a particular subject, then go on researching that and identify different articles, different perspective on that particular subject. That was my preparation from the point of view of materials, study materials. Then working and then studying, this was my day-to-day schedule. I used to have a plan like every day, I used to have monthly plan for example, if it is main stage, I used to have a broad plan. Like usually what happens is that before the prelims results come, we kind of lack the kind of motivation, or we do not spend much time on optional and those things. So it is better to start the preparation the next day the prelims exam is over. Start focusing on certain subjects like ethics and essay, where we do not spend much time after results come, or once the exam is closing nearby. So it is better to start the preparation with essay and ethics, which there is a chance that we may neglect in the later stages, and which are very scoring also, essay and ethics. And then give I think almost half of our timing, I think, for mains preparation we should devote for our optional, because that is one place where we can study and make a lot of difference. So I used to strategize like that. Half of the time I used to devote only for my optional and its other preparation, and only the other half I used to spend on answer writing for GS and for the preparation of that.
Danish, I have seen you from last 3-4 years going to the interview every year almost.
Right.
And you have passed many prelims and mains.
Yes.
I wish to know, what is your strategy for prelims, particularly for the students who are going to write this year prelims October 4th. What strategy you have actually followed for the last 2 months, that particularly last 40-45 days?
Madam, I think for prelims it's very important that we revise the basic standard books that everyone knows, the spectrum for history, culture, some basic books, environment, one basic book. So it is very important that we focus on the at least 70 to 80% of our time we should focus on the standard books, because current affairs it's very difficult to predict. So it is good to have good to follow one particular current affairs module or any coaching institute or any particular book that you are following, then it is better. But more time I used to focus on basic standard books, because my understanding is that for preliminary stage UPSC would like to see people from the rural areas also to qualify. For them to facilitate that, I think the best strategy for the UPSC to adopt is that stick on to the basic books, basic NCERT books, and try to innovate, try to put in questions which are more concept based from the NCERT itself, so that everyone has a fair chance to get into the next stage. So I think that basic thing is there. Plus what we can do additionally is solve some question papers, solve some test series. If you can complete one whole test series paper, because usually we see that around 30 to 35 question papers will be there for from one particular series. So if you can do one whole series during this 30 to 40 days left in our for our preliminary examination, then that will be good. Plus keep on revising, don't neglect the basic standard books. Keep on revising that, do some test series, and follow one single current affairs. Don't go behind current affairs too much, because for the preliminary stage I think this is very important.
Okay, you tell that you have to focus more on static syllabus.
Yes.
Okay, so Danish is advising kindly revise all the static portion at least daily 4-5 hours. And Danish, I wish to know one more answer from you. You are working in NABARD,
Right.
and you have very limited time, I agree. And have you taken any leave before prelims or mains?
Mains, I was lucky enough to get around 26 days of leaves I got. That is including the examination days. So that boils down to around 2 weeks before the examination started. And for the prelim stage, I got around 1 week leave. Around 7-8 days I got exclusively for prelims preparation.
See, Danish got 1 week leave for prelims preparation and 26 days leave for mains preparation, including exam days. So kindly understand the time we have to write the exam and to pass the exam. And normal students who pass their graduation, they'll get 24 hours of their time in their hands. They can utilize their time properly. And Danish, why you decided to write civil services? What motivated you? What is your background? And uh, I wish to ask you, I have seen most of the Kerala aspirants, even though they get into civil services, even after 10 years of their service, they are like same humble, honest and sincere. And I wish you that you are going to be the same humble and honest officer in next 10 years also. But I wish to know now, what motivated you? What is our inspiration?
Thank you, madam. I think what motivated me during my graduation days only, I started thinking about civil service preparation. So when I thought about a career option, when I thought about taking a job during my graduation, I wanted to do a job that keeps me motivated to go to my workplace every day. And I wanted to do a job that can actually make an impact on the society. So that was the thought process behind choosing civil service preparation. And for me personally, it was a personal challenge also. I was not a very topper in the school days, and also I thought this is one place where I can challenge myself and prove to myself that I can do something that is bigger in life.
What is your graduation?
My graduation was BTech in Mechanical Engineering. I
Which
did
college?
from Cochin University.
It is not IIT or IIS?
It is not an IIT or even not even an NIT.
Okay. Danish, what are your prelims interview questions?
Interview questions were more or less from Kerala based questions. Then some international related questions were there. Then some general questions like what are the things that you don't like about Indian society, what are the similarities between Telangana and Kerala. And then some the chairman also asked me some basic questions about my graduation, engineering related things also.
ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్స్ అబౌట్ నబార్డ్?
Not many, madam, not many. Very basic questions actually, not very analytical questions. Just the basic job, the profile and all.
Okay.
That's it.
All the best, Danish.
Thank you so much, madam. Thank you
All-
so much
all the
for
best.
all your support that you've given me during all these years.
No, all the best. And అందరికీ చెప్పదలుచుకుంది ఏంటంటే డానిష్ నబార్డ్లో వర్క్ చేస్తూ చాలామంది జాబ్ చేస్తూ చదువుకోవడం కష్టం అంటారు. తను ఈరోజు ఇక్కడ మాట్లాడించడానికి కారణం ఏంటంటే ఉద్యోగం చేస్తూ కూడా రోజుకు 5-6 గంటలు ప్రాపర్గా ప్లాన్ చేసుకుంటే ఎవరికైనా సక్సెస్ వస్తుంది. దాంతోపాటు తనకి కోచింగ్ తీసుకునే స్కోప్ కూడా లేదు ఎక్కువ, ఎందుకంటే డైలీ ఆఫీస్కి వెళ్ళాల్సి వచ్చిందనమాట. ఈవెన్ మాక్ ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ చేయడానికి కూడా టైం సరిపోలేదు సరిగ్గా. సో అలాంటి సిచ్యువేషన్ హీ వాజ్ వెరీ, అంటే టైం అంతా టఫ్ అయిపోయింది తనకి. ఆ టైంలో కూడా తను మోటివేట్ చేసుకుని తను కష్టపడి పైకి వచ్చారనమాట. అలాంటి డానిష్ జీవితాల్లో మనకి చాలామంది మన లైఫ్లో తన ఆదర్శం. ఎందుకు అంటే పని చేస్తూ కూడా సక్సెస్ సాధించవచ్చు అని. ఓకే, అందరూ తన ఆదర్శంగా తీసుకుంటారని, ఉన్న టైం జాగ్రత్తగా యూటిలైజ్ చేసుకుంటారని, పోయే టైం గురించి ఆలోచించకుండా ఉన్న టైంలో సక్సెస్ ఎంత ఫాస్ట్గా తెచ్చుకోవచ్చో ఆలోచిస్తారని అనుకుంటున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ.